Liverpool versus everybody here with Gary to try to make some sense of our last match against United. Obviously, nil draw. Um, so let's jump into it, man. Just from the jump, what did you think of the lineup when it came out? When you saw it on Twitter or wherever you saw it, what did you think about the lineup?
Well, when it came out, I was disappointed to say the least because it was probably what I thought Klopp would do.
Mm.
Actually, well, first of all, I thought we've never seen a Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho combination. I thought the most defensive he'd probably go with is Milner in that midfield because I
Mm.
think Milner can at least maybe link up play down that left hand side with Mane, Robertson. He's not the most creative player, but he's more direct, offers more going forward than Henderson does, pretty much. So I thought he's the more sensible choice in terms of box to box position alongside Wijnaldum. But Naby Keita at the start of the game is so clear to see. The thing with Klopp is what irritates me. I think even Andy Robertson, I told you before Andy Robertson made this interview. Andy Robertson comes out and says we need to respect ourselves as well. And that's massive. That's massive for us. We don't respect ourselves about how good we are. That's the thing with us. We focus too much on the opposition team. We focus too much on Man United. Klopp probably thought that United were going to attack more than they did. From United, literally, I don't hear excuses about United saying they had injuries. They did, but at the same time, their setup even before those injuries, their setup was the exact same. They were dropping off and they were letting us have the ball, and we did literally nothing with it. And you're not going to do anything with it when you haven't got a player like Keita trying to drive in through. There was no service for the front three. As bad as Salah and Mane were, there was no balls in behind where you can say, there you go, do something with that. They were getting in the ball in tight areas where three or four players were surrounding them. And this is all Klopp's fault because all the team selection was his fault. I can see why he wanted to put Milner in instead of Alexander Arnold because, as I said, he's probably thinking United are going to attack much more than they did in the match. But we didn't do anything really, did we?
Yeah, frustrating one to take, man. And I agree with you. I think Klopp takes a bit of the blame, and not only for the lineup, but not having a plan B in that game. You can tell
Yeah.
me the first half was disjointed, and I could buy that if the performance was better in the second half, but it
Mm.
wasn't, and there was no, putting on Sturridge at that early stage maybe had something to do with not seeing Keita, but to me, I think you move Salah more centrally. Maybe you
Yeah,
put
big
Shaq
of
on. It
course.
didn't really make sense to me at all, and so it's as much as, I mean, we all love Klopp. This is definitely not a Klopp out podcast we're doing here.
We love
But
Klopp,
but
but it
but
doesn't
but
mean
you
that we
gotta,
can't criticize him.
yeah, you gotta have a plan B, man. What I mean, you can't just, that second
No.
half was so bad, and when you're struggling like that, it's to me it's a loser's mentality to just kind of play as if you're thinking, you know what, we'll just take the draw here. Uh,
Mm.
we're
Yes,
not
of
going to
course.
really attack them. That was really, really, really terrible. And in a
Yeah.
game like that, you got to go for it, and not only because they had injuries, but because they were there to be gotten at. And it's a shame
Mm.
that a player like Luke Shaw, who's a decent fullback, can come away and people can actually say things like, he had Salah in his pocket and he was an amazing defense. I mean, that shouldn't be happening. Salah should be having
Mm.
this dude on toast all game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to kind of break it down to a few different departments of that game, and then we'll move on to Watford. Do me a favor, when I'm talking, just can you just mute your mic?
Yeah, yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. So I want to get into we talked about Klopp briefly, but I want to get into Hendo. First of all, his performance, but also the way he come off, and I guess I want your opinion on his performance. Do you think of the midfield players, who did you think came away with the best performance between him, Wijnaldum and Fabinho, and also the him coming off the field to be subbed? Did you Are people making too much about that, or is it something that needs to be talked about as far as like a captain and the way he reacted to our manager? Just give me some opinions on what happened with Hendo.
I mean, first of all, your first question was the performance, and the performance was rubbish. To be quite honest with you, or the only pass which he was only interested in was the pass to James Milner down the right hand side. He had no intention to go to play the ball like Fabinho was. I mean, Fabinho was absolutely incredible in that match, and
Mm,
he's the type of midfielder that we wanted. And what a performance it was from him. He was picking up the ball from midfield, and he was the most direct player in the whole team when he's playing in defensive midfield, from right to left, switching the ball into open space. But it's just a shame that James Milner and Robertson couldn't do anything with it, especially James Milner. He had acres of space, poor deliveries. But back on Henderson, I mean, yeah, he was just very poor. You can't expect to play Jordan Henderson in the bay. What is he going to offer? We didn't need three defensive midfielders. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even if United had their full team, we didn't need three defensive midfielders. Why? Why do we need three defensive midfielders? All it does is limit our play, and we rely on the front three to create chances by themselves, which is not
I
going to
mean,
happen.
it
How
was
many?
essentially it was essentially three defensive midfielders.
Yeah, three defensive
When you really
midfielders.
think of it, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Um,
And
yeah,
so the thing, yeah, the thing on the thing. I mean, what's more annoying is he didn't shake Shaqiri's hand, let alone Klopp's. You know, he's the captain. He's supposed to be saying, "Come on, you know, keep on going." And he's just clapping by ignoring Shaqiri. And you know, it's 100% intentional because because when he does, he claps the fans when he comes off normally. He claps the fans before he comes off the pitch. He did that
right.
right at the point where he was about to come off the pitch.
He knew what he was
You know,
doing.
so
He knew what he was doing,
he
man.
knew he was doing exactly. And I don't know who he thinks he is because you know the amount of shocking performances he's put in these sort of big away games. You know, even some of these games, he's a decent backup player. He's not nothing big for us. He shouldn't be in this team. We seem to play these. We seem to hold on to these mediocre players that keep making the same mistakes every single season. Dejan Lovren plays 9 games for us this season in the Premier League, and look, he's out injured. He's completely useless, and he cost us a game against City. Henderson's not good enough. I don't care what anyone says. All these top reds, they can come at me, abuse me. He's not good enough for us. I don't care. He has a good game against Bayern, and the amount of praise he gets is just out of this world. It's like he's putting a magnificent performance. He put in a good game, but he wasn't magnificent for being at the bad game and Matip. So he's a backup player, he's a squad player. We just seem to play him. Klopp just seems to love him and play him week in, week out.
Yeah, it was almost like him playing so well at Bayern was almost like a curse because you knew Klopp was gonna play him in this game.
Yeah.
I didn't want to believe that, but after what Naby, Genie, and Fab did in that game against Bournemouth, I'm not really sure why Klopp would go away from that. I just don't understand it, especially in a big game like this. Doesn't make sense to me. That's our best midfield by far. Anyone could see that. So that was very disappointing. But we go on, and again, there's so many moments in that game. Well, actually, there wasn't enough moments, but not enough. We worked the ball forward enough to create chances and moments. But it was, again, I don't know how many times we have to say this. It's almost like a broken record. I can play the last 5 videos I've made. The final third, it's just getting to be so frustrating, man, and really just unacceptable at this point. People complain about the whole these mid-season trips where he takes the team to warm weather training, and that's fine, but that shouldn't be affecting the final ball. And that's why I say, yes, Klopp takes some blame, but some of these situations, you can't help. For instance, Mane forgot what color uniform his team was wearing, so he
Yeah.
kept passing the ball right to Man
Yeah,
United, which is frustrating.
you know what it is, Aaron? It's like Liverpool fans just want to stick a blame on something. It's like when our
Yeah.
front three are firing, is it Buvac's fault? You don't hear that
Oh
anymore.
God, that's
Now is
ridiculous.
now is the training ground. Now is the training
Right,
camp.
right,
They
right, right,
don't get to play football over 5 7 days or 4 day break in Spain. All they've been doing is playing football. So
right. So what?
it's
It
completely
doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense.
it's like they've been on holiday. That's what our fans are thinking. It's like they've been on holiday and
Right.
they have to kick the ball. They've been kicking the ball every single day. They've
It's
been
training. It's still
you know,
training.
they're still training. Of course they are. I don't understand what some. As I said, our fans love to stick a blame on something. Whether it's Buvac, whether it's training ground,
Yeah.
whether it's the rain, whether it's the rhythm of the team because of substitutes like Klopp. So
I'm gonna, I don't like bringing up City, but I'm gonna bring them up to make a point. And I think as much as we meaning some FC fans want to, think about City all the time, and they always bring them up on Twitter. So I'll say this: what City have is obvious to what we don't have, and it's the full squad. If they want to play Sane, they can. If they want to play Sterling, they can. Riyad Mahrez, they have so many guys that can come in. If they want to sit Aguero, they can put Gabriel Jesus. The games of recent are really starting to put home to me that we need some reinforcements, man, bad. On the wing, up front, we need across the front line. We need some reinforcements because you bring in a guy like Sturridge, and we're going to suffer because he just doesn't offer what Firmino offers. And Sturridge is done. Sturridge, Origi, those guys are done. Shaqiri is a nice pickup, but the fact that Salah and Mane know that, and Firmino know that they're going to start every single game, sometimes can be an issue. And not even just to have rotation. Well, yeah, for rotation, but these guys play so many games, so they need to have a rest at some point.
Yeah.
We need to have different options that we can give and different looks we can give teams because again, when something isn't going right, you know you can just sit back and soak up pressure and you'll frustrate Liverpool. I mean,
Yeah.
so many. I mean, the only person that carried the ball forward that looked positive was Joel Matip. That's not
Yeah,
good.
John Matthews. Yeah, yeah,
That's not good.
yeah.
You know, you got to have the midfield guys have to be better than that. So, I mean, there's so many negatives to talk about in this game. The only real positive is that, you know, we got the clean sheet and we got the point. And at the end of the day, we win the league. We'll look back at that game and say, what amazing save Allison made. And maybe that's what
Yeah.
just what won us
I
the
mean,
league.
yeah, the only impressive performance was probably Ellison for that one save, really. Matip, I mean, Van Dijk dealt with some of the aerial bits as well. Didn't have too much. You know, Matip was quite good driving with the ball. And probably Fabinho. I mean, the rest were just, you know,
That's it.
Wijnaldum.
That's
The,
it.
the thing is, yeah, the thing is that, you know, we can blame Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho. Yeah, oh, sorry, not Fabinho, but we can blame Wijnaldum, Henderson. But where it's like Klopp's putting way too much pressure on them for them to create when it's
Yeah.
clearly not their job. They did their job. Their job is to keep it tight, and we got a nil draw. You know what I mean? They did their job. Their job's not to go and create. They're not that sole player. They're not that. You don't have that they're not that caliber of players. Henderson's not going to come and split the defense open, do a step over, and play it through to 1.5 on 3. You know, K
Right.
is the type of guy that can do that, and he's just getting into a rhythm, and we just go and disrupt it by playing. What were we supposed to be scared of? What were we supposed to be scared of? And there was no Matic as well before the game. Herrera went off 20 minutes. They literally had their B team out. McTominay, Andreas Pereira. You know,
Yeah.
Lingard goes off twice in space of 15 minutes. And what frustrates me the most is the second half performance more than the first half. What does Klopp say to them at half time? He should be telling them, look, this is your chance now, best chance to beat Man United, and the best chance to go and make a statement. And what do? United get more encouraged, but by our shit display, and they could have easily scored right at the end with Chris Smalling if he gambles and goes to the back post and slots that in. But actually, it's just a disappointing performance. I just want to forget about it, really.
Yeah, for too long we've been given opportunities to really you know take something and do it that's convincing and every time whether it's Newcastle taking getting points and we just can't capitalize. So look, let's just hope at the end of this by the end of the season it comes down to us just making it more interesting and we still win it. Just to wrap it up and then we'll be done talking about this game. We got to briefly talk about Mane and Salah. We just have to, and I think as good as Salah is, there's been too many games in my opinion, against big teams that he just doesn't come up big. And for him to be the best African player and to be considered world class, and he's up there in the conversation with the best players in the world, he has got to step up. And I know some of it has to do with getting service and being in different positions. People say that he's better when he's playing more of a forward center guy as opposed to the right
There's no
side. But
excuses for the performances.
no, trust me, yeah, I agree. But I just want your opinion
Yeah.
on what we can do to get the better out of him. And is it simply just him being in the game? Because there was way too many times where he was easily just plucked off the ball. The whole king of Egypt thing is cool, but against that team, he was more so the queen of Egypt. I don't mean any disrespect, but he was just so soft. It was almost like every time he touched the ball, he couldn't keep it. He couldn't keep the ball at his foot. So just your opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean Salah, I mean, is a very frustrating player because we know what he can do. You know what I mean? The thing is, I was watching some videos of Salah of last year as well, even against the big teams. Direct, running at players, powerful, holding the ball up, link up play, everything. You know,
Not
and
seeing it anymore.
it just doesn't seem like I don't know what it is. I mean, you can look at it. Spurs away, were very wasteful. Chelsea away, very wasteful. Got subbed off in the 65th minute. PSG at home, poor. PSG away again, poor. We didn't see him at all. City at home, poor. City away again, poor. United at home, didn't really do much actually. He was quite poor. United at home, United away, poor. Arsenal away, poor. Only even Arsenal at home, he had a good game. Napoli at home, he had a good game, but. And that's only 2 games he scored in, has he, as well? So I don't know what it is. Napoli away again. I don't know what it is with Salah this time. And I told people, I was talking to some Liverpool fans. I told him he will not turn up at Old Trafford away this time. He will not, because I haven't seen the evidence. And again, I don't want to be proved right by Salah. I want him to go put in a brilliant performance. But it's just my gut feeling and what we've all seen. You know, Mane could at times couldn't make a 5-yard pass.
Yeah, that was atrocious.
I think Sadio Mane has probably been his overall game has probably been better than Mo Salah's this season.
Oh, no question, no question.
He's been much better. He's been more direct. You know, he scored goals as well. I mean, you have to. Salah scored 17 Premier League goals. He's top goal scorer, but I mean, he scored around 3 or 4 penalties. You know, and if you take them away, Sadio Mane's got 12. So that's around.
Yeah,
He's only scored 2 goals. So Sadio Mane is he had a he had a shocking game. He couldn't even make a pass in against United. Didn't even try to take on Ashley Young at times. I can only remember one. But we weren't playing down the left hand side a lot in the first half as well. It was mostly to the right with Milner, Henderson, and Salah. You know, and it's arguably our best ones, Robertson and Mane down that left hand side. So I couldn't understand that as well. But I don't know. I don't know. Wait, I don't know what we can do with Salah. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if it's is. I just you know, I can't even tell you the answer, and I don't know if Klopp can as well. You know, I think it's just about him finding. It's down to him now to find his game back. I want him to run at defenders. I want him to be direct. You know, when we take some players, he doesn't look like he can take on players anymore. It won't matter who went off before that. He had a groin injury and he intercepted Salah on a break. And after 2 seconds later, he dropped on the floor and got substituted.
Man, I'm telling you, that it's embarrassing, man. Because again, even Marcus Rashford was playing with half a leg, and you got
Yeah,
Lukaku who
no
can barely
backs.
run anyway. So I mean, they had so many injuries and so many guys down. It's really sad we couldn't take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And you know, the whole saying of you take a draw before the game is one thing, but that performance was just unacceptable. You know, what I mean, you
Yeah,
can't you can take a draw, but you can't play
you can
like
take a
that.
draw. Yeah, you can take a draw. You can take a draw if United's on a game. They have Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, Lingard, the full team, and the way they've been playing. Yeah, you probably say, yeah, all right, I'll take a draw. Must not lose. But the way they played, I mean, the way they played, you know, they were just there for the taking. But the thing is, we were even more shocking than United in that performance. That's the bad thing. You know, we had the opposition, but you know, I think you could put me and you in there, and we'd probably do better than some of the players that were there on Sunday. I mean, James
Yeah.
Milner, how can you not even cross a
Oh
ball?
God,
I
oh
don't
God, man,
understand.
that was another one. That's why you know people say they get why he didn't why Trent didn't start. I don't get it. I don't get it. If he's on the bench, put him in the fucking game. I'm tired of this whole idea that Milner has more experience, meaning he's you know play. I don't no play your actual fullback.
Hello?
This is yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, play your actual fullback. Don't be playing Milner there in a big game like this. That was
But this is the
awful.
thing about being brave with decisions. I mean, listen. It's not that I get why Milner. I don't think Klopp trusts Alexander Arnold as much. I thought he had a poor display against Bayern, very sloppy in possession, and you know he's probably thinking, you know, United are going to counter attack, you know, Rashford, Lingard, or whoever. But be brave. You know, we had to go for that. We had to go for it. We're the
Yeah.
team that's win the title. That's supposed to win the title. We look like a mid-table team on Sunday.
I mean, it's a
Honestly,
home.
it was even worse than Mourinho matches, the Mourinho Klopp matches when it was 0-0. Even worse than that.
And who
What a
could have
poor quality
imagined that?
match
Who
on
would
both
if
teams.
someone would have told you that before the game,
Oh
you'd have
my
thought
god,
they were crazy. Who would have
what
thought
a
it would have
poor
been
quality
worse than
football
the
match.
Mourinho game? I mean,
Yeah,
that's you know,
worse
my
than
thing
Mourinho.
is, you know, Trent is a hometown boy. I know he didn't play well. What was that last season against
Yeah, but
Rashford?
you
But
still play him. You
he
still
would have
play
been
him.
up. He would have been up for this game. He would
Of
have been
course, he
up for
would have
this
been up
game.
for it.
And
Of
then
course, he
what
would have
ends
been
up
up for it.
happening is Milner gets all of his possession, but can't do diddly squat with it.
No, it was
Can't
all
do shit
Henderson
with it.
Milner passing sideways together.
And yo, and
Sideways and back.
Mame's in the comment section. He said the left side was just totally overloaded.
Yeah.
Um lately we don't see Robbo and Mane combine anymore. Yeah, it's just I don't get it, man. I don't but Klopp has got to find a different plan when games aren't working. I'm tired of seeing
Yeah.
this all these long balls into the box, like
Oh,
as if
the
we have,
little
you
chip
know,
bot, the
Carroll
little
or
chip
somebody.
was Daniel
It's
Sturridge.
ridiculous.
We were at times, we ran out of ideas as soon as the game started because we were playing little chip balls in to Chris Smalling and Lindelof, but we've got Daniel Sturridge there. You know, Daniel Sturridge was dropping deep and he was doing little. I don't know. Sometimes I think, what are these players doing? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I look at them and I just think, are they okay today or what? You know, what have they taken? What honestly have they taken? Because they do not look like professional footballers at times. It looks like a pub team. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's really,
We can
really,
move on
really
now.
unfortunate. Yeah. So we got past that. Let's talk about Watford. Obviously they beat Cardiff. Was it 5-1, 6-1?
Yeah, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1.
Yeah,
Democrat
but
hat trick.
you know, I watched the first half last night before I got too
Mhm.
tired. You know, Watford a good team. We get that. You know, they're up there with Wolves, probably slightly better than Wolves. Been in the Premier League more than Wolves, so they've got a little more experience. Got some great players. Liverpool have been allegedly curious or interested in getting Decore at points. But again, I think as I watched some of the game, they looked really good moving the ball. But again, I had to just remember who they were playing against, and that was almost like a scrimmage, a practice session for them. But we do know how they can help us. De La Feu was one of those guys who I think he's always ready to
He's
have
on the shoulder. He's on the
a
last
highlight
man.
reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys
He's
who
one of those guys that you score a hat trick and you won't score for another 7-8 games. I
right,
mean,
exactly,
I mean,
exactly,
he's just one of those
exactly.
players. And we should be fine, really. But I mean, I said we should be fine against Leicester and West Ham. But
Right. No,
so
but yeah. I mean, they're coming to Anfield.
honestly,
You're
I
right.
mean,
We should be.
come on now. We last 11 games. Honestly, now we've got United away off now, off the list. We've got Chelsea home, Spurs on. That's it, and Everton away. Really, these players now, if they want the fucking title now, they need to show it on the pitch. It's okay putting a good performance in against Bournemouth, but you put in a good performance against Bournemouth, then you follow it up with a good game against Bayern and United. We didn't do that. We need to be more consistent now. We need to go for it. I want to see this quick attacking. It's like Bournemouth. We need another similar Bournemouth performance for the last 11 games. That's all we need. And we need to be more consistent because if we get through Watford and Everton with 6 points, we're still top of the league. And I think that's a brilliant achievement. Then we can go into Burnley games and then into the Burnley game and into the Bayern game with a bit more freedom, a bit more confidence. So these 2 games are massive for us. If we fall behind, if we get 4 points or 3 points, whatever, if we get 4 points from this game, if we don't get 6 points, then I don't think we can win the title. Honestly,
Yeah, and it is sad that
I
we've
think
gotten to
these
this
two
point.
games are these 2 games are pivotal to our race.
Yeah,
This will show us if we really won the title or not, and if the players are up for it.
yeah,
These 2.
yeah.
If we get 6 points, then I think what we can go on to win this. If we don't, then I don't know. I won't really have that same sort of belief. Right now, I'm just hoping. It's not the same belief I had in December after we beat Arsenal, or even after we beat Palace 4-3 and Newcastle lost. It's not that. It's kind of trying. It's only 1 point now. Yeah, I get we're still top of the league, and I'm very very happy we're in the position we are. But it's just annoying that we've made things hard for ourselves once again. We just took our foot off the pedal against Leicester and West Ham, dropped 4 massive points, and then we made it hard for ourselves and brought City back on, which is annoying. But I think we should be all right against Watford. That we should probably, Firmino's not going to play, so I'll probably just take out Henderson, leave Ronaldo, Fabinho, bring Keita back into the 4-3-3, Salah down the middle, Mane on the left, and Shaqiri on the right, and also bringing James Alexander-Arnold from Milner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad our defense is as good as it is, because
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing.
that's the only thing. I mean, at least if we're not doing well going forward, we can keep
Yeah,
a clean
also, I
sheet.
want to say something.
Good.
If this front 3 turn up from now until the end of the season, we can win this league. If they put the 17-18 form, we'll win it 110%.
Yeah.
110% if they put the form in.
Yeah, they've got to show it, man. This Watford game. Every game is going to be super nervy for me going in now, and it shouldn't be that way. We were so comfortable at one point, and we've brought it down to just 1 point, which is I'll take it. But damn, Liverpool we make it so hard on ourselves, man.
Yeah.
Make it so hard on ourselves, and that's what that
Well,
was.
we
Say all they
got to
want
keep
about.
supporting. We got to keep
Yeah, of
supporting.
course,
We got to
of
keep
course.
believing because what's the point of supporting a club if you're not going to believe in hope? That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
You can be positive, you can be negative, but the least thing you have to have, the most you have to have is believe at least.
So it's safe to assume you're going with the Naby, Fab, and
It has
and
to be in
Genie.
midfield. Has to be in midfield from now until the end of the season. It's the most balanced midfield. We have Genie as the box to box, Fabinho as a 6, and Keita as advanced. You can support the front 3. Genie, you can also make forward runs like we like it against Bournemouth. Fabinho picking up the pieces, playing the ball forward. It's just the best midfield that we have at this current minute. But we were going to see Henderson in the Merseyside derby.
Yeah, no, or maybe
It's
even
so
Milner. It's
predictable.
ridiculous. But one more question just about the defense. Guy Ivo asked, when Lovren is back, do you put Lovren in over Matip?
No chance. Matip's been much better than Lovren. I like what I'm seeing from Matip recently. He's putting some good displays, and Lovren doesn't deserve to be in this team now because Matip stepped up and he's done his job. And I think we should just offload Lovren in the summer because there's one thing being you can be a decent backup player and make a few mistakes like Lovren. He's all right, my backup player, but at the very least, stay fit. He doesn't even do that. Made 9 league appearances and he's all been starts, and that's it. And We play 27 games a season, you know, so
Yeah.
he needs to be offloaded in the summer. We need to get some new life into the club. You know, but club will probably keep him there, like he did with Lallana, give him another season or two, which is a frustrating bit. But we need a huge year in the summer and rebuild again, and hopefully we have a league title in our pocket. But definitely Matip over Lovren.
Okay. So the first game at Vicarage Road earlier this season, was that 3-0?
3-0, yeah. We had a second half performance of Salah, on free kick, and then Firmino was.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with a similar score. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm going to go 2-0.
I'll go 3-0 again.
Yeah,
And
I'm
yeah, at home I think we'll be good.
I'll take anything. I'll take anything. But I want this consistency of clean sheets.
Yeah, me too.
Clean sheets in the last 3 games. Bournemouth, by night. Let's build on it. Because if you can keep clean sheets, hopefully our front three kick into form. I mean, we've been saying this all season.
They're gonna have to, man. They're gonna have to, Gary. They're gonna have to, man.
Now the defense has done their part. Now, you know, let them now go for it. But let's hopefully we can do it.
I don't know what Klopp's gonna do with them in training, but something's got to change because you got to have Salah playing much better than that. For me, I see, and now I don't know if the ankle injury for Firmino is like extreme. Is it a big issue, or will he be? I mean, knowing Firmino, he'll probably fight through it and play if he can.
No, I think he'll be back for Burnley. I think he'll be back for Burnley.
Okay, yeah. So that's another issue. So you think Shaq should come in? Or what do you?
Shaq should come in and Salah and Mane, because Sturridge and Origi offer absolutely nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I mean, that's the problem we have. But let's just hope we can get the 3 points tomorrow. Tomorrow night, and let's just see what we can do from now until the season. We got to keep supporting. We got to keep believing, and let's just see what it takes. That's 11 games to go. You know, by the end of this week, we'll get to single digits in the remaining games we have. And then it's time to crank up. As soon as it hits March time, then you know we're in a real title race now. That's when you know it's getting real. So 2-0 tomorrow night, and hopefully just keep on going and just get a good run together.
Well said. That's probably a good place to end it. Thanks for coming on, Gary.
No worries, Aaron, mate.
We'll be back on sooner than later. Have a good one.
Nice one. You too, mate.